ක්‍රියාවලියන් යනකොට ඔබට පොරොන්දුව රකින්න HNB අපි නිබඳව කැපවන්නේ. HNB Remit පොරොන්දුව රකින්න පොරොන්දු වෙන්නම්.
From 58 balls has been the highest knock of the day so far. That's Lanka behind him on 37 still. England keep ringing the bowling changes. It's Jacks again. Two in the right place. Sensible running, just a couple of dot balls looking to try and rotate. That's some of the things that Harry Brook was talking about for England. Now this is the flick that ended up in Adil Rashid's hands. It's a great catch. Still say it's a little fortunate from the bowling point of view. It seemed the shot was certainly on, instinctive flick, didn't quite get it wide of the man in the deep. As a batsman, you'd have felt they go off the bat rather sweetly. You think, oh, I've got that. Then you watch the ball, the flight of the ball, you see Adil Rashid pop up, not quite from nowhere, get his hands underneath him. It's a very different story.
Fielding made a huge difference during the first ODI. And that was the major factor in Sri Lanka's win. And in this game, English side has raised their game in the field. Now fielding has backed the bowlers completely and fully.
Yep, catches like that certainly make a difference. Just a fraction too early. Man of the match previous game with Alligate. There's fireworks right at the end of the innings. 23 runs for the final over of the Sri Lankan innings on Thursday early evening. Made a big difference. Bowling, catching.
lemon puff, me වෙද්දි නොගිය තැනක් නෑ. මේ පංචි lemon puff හැබැයිම අතිවිශිෂ්ටයි. ගත වෙන ඕනෑම දවසක, ඒ වෙන ඕනෑම මොහොතක, ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් ජීවිතේ උපරිමයෙන් විඳින්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ එකම ජීවත් වෙන්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ හැමෝටම පර්ෆෙක්ට්.
අපි හැමෝම වගේ කැමතින හොඳම දේ හොඳම විදිහට අපේ පවුලට ගේන්න. බලන්නේ බිස්කට් එකේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානක් තියෙන මුල අසාධාරණ. මම මුල ග්‍රෑම් ගානින් බෙදලා බලන්නකෝ. ඇත්තමයි. වැඩිම බිස්කට් ගන්නක් අඩුම මුදලට දෙන්නේ උත්පත්ති බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
Filter fresh chicken biscuits gone.
Talking of fielding, Sri Lanka's fielding coach is Sridhar in the centre screen there. He's coached the Indian team before, he's now coaching the Sri Lankan team in the finer arts of fielding and catching. Certainly looked good the other day. That's a full toss that's tucked away. This time it's away from Adil Rashid. Nothing he could do to get round to it. So a bit of a freebie, welcome boundary.
Both the boundaries for Ratnakar came square of the wicket on the onside. One was a long toss, the other one choosing full toss. Both the times batter capitalizing on those opportunities.
And that's a long way off target, isn't it, in terms of length? It's a familiar story, isn't it, from the quicker bowlers. One goes a bit off target, one comes back on length, so the response was short of a length and straight. And you attack the crease with your big boots, with your size 13 boots, that say, it's all your fault. That little bit of dust, that's your fault. The run.
Didn't play many dot deliveries in the previous outing from Nike. He was working the ball into the gaps. I remember him playing only one dot delivery, but here he's played quite a few.
Well, part of that, the story has various elements, doesn't it? It depends what's on offer. If people bowl well at you, then by definition it just makes it harder to pick up those runs so easily. Slightly different pitch today, I'd suggest, as well. Guided away. Up yet again. There are two pitches prepared for these three matches in Colombo. I was told them this morning, early this afternoon, that when they've seen how both play, they'll make a decision which one to freshen up the final of these three ODIs in 3 days' time. Little uppish, but plenty of space there. Easy one to Rehan Ahmed.
Department Theatre, YOLO කිරිපත් කොටින් මුලින් රුපියල් මිලියන 9.8ක් ගෙවා ඉතිරිය කොලි රහිතව මාසෙකට 1%කින් ගෙවන්න. Prime Pro 13.22 අමතන්න.
ඇස්තිනවන නිමදුම් ලස්සනයි හැමදාම හදවතට සහතිකයි මන බන්ධන හැදවැඩ පෙන්නු සුව පහසුව නිති නිති රැඳු යන්න නම තමයි ගම්රෝ හතලිස් වසරක් පුරා අලුත් අලුත් වෙනවා ගම්රෝ හතලිස් වසරක් පුරා අලුත් වෙන ගම්රෝ
Slightly hotter day than 2 days ago. Sun has dropped, of course, as it tends to do at this time of day. Temperature dropping slightly with it, but very, very fine outdoor conditions, both for the players now and the crowd. It's a struggle out there for batsmen, isn't it? Benara can just consistently put it in the right place. Shots are not easy. Now against spin today for Sri Lanka's batsmen, a lot of the runs, or the bulk of the runs, almost a third, behind square on the onside. Not so much straight down the ground. That's a reflection of conditions, I'm sure. Not so easy to hit straight down the ground with the ball doing what it's gripping, not coming onto the bat. There's another one behind square, just a clever little dab. Sticking ahead slightly when England get their chance. And one of the features of their innings, the better part of their innings, because it fell away so rapidly, was Duckett sweeping. Return to runs for him. Anyone who can play the sweep shot consistently well has a chance. That's a full toss. Sweep shot is violent. That's well fielded. Didn't quite find the gap. Didn't find that reasonably sized gap between the back of the square leg and the square leg. But a high, loopy, offline full toss.
The captain must be livid with himself. Here was the opportunity. Send the ball over the ropes. Found the fielder. He fancies his chances against spinners. Ratnayaka looks a competent batsman.
Yeah, we saw two stumpings the other day in the England lineup. People coming coming down the wicket without due care and attention. It's all about timing, isn't it? The timing of the movement. So if you leave it to the last possible moment, the bowler has very little option to change length. And even if you do come down, it's not quite right, you still defend. Play a shot like that, where it's with his feet into a great position. Able to play through the line, full half volley by the time he's made the movement. And pick up the one.
The moral story, use of feet sensibly.
Well, moral story, do anything sensibly. Too far down. Too far down the leg side. That's good running. Just a little bit of a dab. Brings them.
Simple. මේ වංචි lemon puff. සැබවින්ම අතිවිශිෂ්ටයි.
මම බැංකුවට ගිහින් යන්න.
හා? දැන්? Full freedom එකේ සිංගාල banking කරන්න ඔබේ life එකට හරියටම set වෙන next gen එකේ digital banking partner People's Bank.
It's another go. Received so far 7 overs, 1 for 23. Economy of 3.29. First time he's bowled at this end tonight, this afternoon, tonight. Run, little wide, little dab, but straight to the man.
The way Sri Lankan captain is batting at the moment tells me that he has assumed the responsibility of giving shape to this innings. He's very watchful. He's missed out on quite a few opportunities to hit boundaries and hasn't been able to. But so far, a good effort from him. Captain's innings.
Again, good use of the feet. Whole point being to get yourself in the right position to get a shot away. It's only one, yes, it's a sweet shot. Yeah, I think Sri Lanka has conceded in his mind that this is not going to be a big total. But even at a smaller total, it's still workable. It's still defendable. Again, morals and things you learn through the course of a day or two in this stadium at Pramadasa is that you need to still have something in resources in hand at the end of an innings when maybe a few more big shots will come into play. You need to back your bowlers in the second part of the game, then inevitably there will be turns short. And that's what worked for Sri Lanka 2 days ago. And if you get over-ambitious too soon, you run the danger of losing wickets and not getting to where you need to be. Oh, that was powerfully struck. Rashid still tossing it up, but Naka's still running down at it. Got a full swing of the bat at this one. Okay, and now 172.
ගොඩ ගැහෙන වෙදිකන්ද පහසුවෙන්ම සෝදා ගන්න. සුපිරි තේදුම් බලයක් සහිත Innovet washing machine. අසමසම වගකීම සහිතව. යාළුවෝ එක්ක වන්නිකේ මැච් එක බලන්න. Domino's Big Pizza දැන්ම order කරන්න. Introducing the Prime Colombo in Colombo 9, facing Coastline Road. Call 0710
Mega Power Koti 17ක Mega Super Tag කෝටියක Power Super Tag කට අමතරව දැන් Grand Super Tag කට Super Remote රථයක් විශේෂ දිනුම් වැදීමෙන් නවීන පන්නේ මොටර් රථයක් සමගින් රුපියල් බිලියන 1 රුපියල් ලක්ෂ 1 නව වසරේ Mega වෙනසට ජනවාරි 20 වෙනිදා දින වසර NLP Mega Power ප්‍රතිදීකන්
Freedom on bail. So 10 overs to go. What's reasonable, I wonder? 6 and over gets Sri Lanka to 233. Current rate is just over 4. It's 4.32. That's a measure of how things have gone today. A combination of pitch conditions and some decent bowling, and some good fielding. Naika has played very nicely so far. Started to use his feet against the Rashid. Now, Dawson is going to be slightly flatter, slightly quicker. That lessens the opportunity, reduces the opportunity. Worked away nicely. At some stage, you sense that there's going to be a slight change in the attack, as it were, from Sri Lanka. So these shots along the ground, these workings of the ball into space for the one is fine. Up to a point. Still got 5 wickets in hand. Don't want to lose 2 or 3 quickly now. Slow things down. But then at some stage, someone's going to go over the top.
Yeah, seems like they're thinking of 24, 25 runs more in next 5 overs. And in the last 5 overs, they are going to go after English bowlers in order to score at the rate of 8 or 9 an over. Take them to 240. Not a bad score on the pitch.
Well, the only time we've seen sort of 9 or 10 and over was firstly at the end of Sri Lanka's innings, that 23 of the last over, first innings the other day, and then Overton's assault at the end of the game when England were just too far behind. It was brilliant to watch, but even when he got out, there was still 19 runs adrift. Actually, it was him and Rian Ahmed as well. And just when things were basically lost, because it's always easy when the cause is largely lost to have a go without risk. You have to do it, you've got to give it a chance. But even now, even in this first innings, I mean, I would suggest that sort of 9s, 10s are slightly optimistic. I mean, I'm prepared to be proven wrong, but we'll see. Now, it's a wee bit of timing. They'll come back for seconds. Usual rules. You see that ball beat the infielder, run half the first, turn looking at the outfielder so they know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's available. But good first run always gives you a chance at the seconds. Nice shot too.
Yeah, he's got a method to deal with the spinners, Ratnaika. You mentioned that he was struggling. We'll talk about it.
දැන් දාන්න හැමෝම ගන්නේ උස්පත්තු බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
What a game we're having. They're having an absolute shocker. This team doesn't stand a chance now. But you know where the real chance to win is? At 1x bat, because they've got the best odds and bonuses. Grab your chance with 1x bat. Claim your bonus.
ice cream elephant house. ගත වෙන ඕනෑම දවසක, ගෙවෙන ඕනෑම මොහොතක, ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් ජීවිතයේ උපරිමයෙන් විඳින්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ එකම ජීවත් වෙන්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ හැමෝටම perfect.
Always key, 1 for 27 for him. Meagre offerings from Bethel, Rehan and Roots down at the bottom there.
Yeah, to finish the point, he's got a method to deal with the spinners. Whenever he's looking to face the left armer who's darting the ball in, he has sat on the back foot and worked the ball into the gap. And he's not afraid to use his feet against Adil, who's looking to flight the ball.
Yeah, apart from that one, which was the one pushed out the front of the hand. But it's been good to watch. Well, he's got to go back very quickly. Seems to be bit casual, didn't it? It's a bit of a stroll down the pitch. Nayaka wasn't moving. Only seen one unnecessary run out in this innings with Kusal Mendes. It was a bit of an inquiry, I think. It's safe to say that Asalanka was having a look, having a sort of posing the question, always ready to go back. That went high. That was slow and very high.
66.6 k's. It's about 3 miles an hour.
Now, a lot of boundary towards mid-wicket. And as a bowler, you can afford to toss the ball up. Fight the batter.
So he's gone for this one, but he's hit it straight. Straight to Ben Duffy, who had not to move an inch. Just stood where he was, takes the catch ever so comfortably, chest high like that. And this is the key time when Sri Lanka just looking to move ahead, start to play some shots. Sri Lanka had played so well and had set up this situation for himself and for Sri Lanka. But look at that, straight to him.
Yeah, that's what Rashid wanted the left-hander to do.
apartment සිටියක යෝනෝ කිරිපත් කොටින් මුලින් රුපියල් මිලියන 9.8ක් ගෙවා ඉතිරිය කොලි රහිතව මාසකට 1%කින් ගෙවන්න. Prime Pro 13.22 අමතන්න.
සිතුවේ මංචි ලෙමන් පාප් මේ වෙද්දි නොගිය තැනක් නෑ. මේ මංචි ලෙමන් පාප් සැබවින්ම අතිවිශිෂ්ටයි. ආහාරවල නැවුම් බව සහ සුරක්ෂිතතාවය අන් කාටත් ඉහළින් තහවුරු කරන ඉනොවෙක්ස් ශීතකරණ සිතද ගන්නා මාදිලි රසකින් අසමසම වගකීම සහිතව.
Well, with Asalanka gone, Sri Lanka have lost a man who'd worked hard to get himself in position to lead the assault in the closing overs. We have 8 overs and 2 balls left. Now this man did a lot of damage just 2 nights ago, Trinidad Malalagay, and he was outstanding, both with bats at the end of the innings, then with his spin bowling, then with his catching. Sri Lanka has tried to drag this into space, but he's found the man exactly where he was always standing, didn't have to move an inch. Yep. No more than that. For the half century, 60-odd the other. Saw him drop catches in Australia. He's not dropping them here. That's a stretch. Still managed to get close enough to the ball to get it through the field for one.
This is Diane. මොනවද තෝරන්නේ?
ඔයාට කියන්නද? දැක්කද?
උසවත බිස්කට් නේද?
අපි හැමෝම වගේ කැමතින හොඳම දේ හොඳම විදිහට අපේ පවුලට ගේන්න. බලන්න මේ බිස්කට් එකේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානට තියෙන මිල හරි සාධාරණයි. මොනවා මිල ග්‍රෑම් ගානින් බෙදලා බලන්නකෝ.
ඇත්තමයිනේ.
වැඩිම බිස්කට් ගන්නක් අඩුම මුදලට දෙන්නේ උත්පත්ති බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
හොඳම බිස්කට් අඩුම මිලට.
දැන් දන්න හැමෝම ගන්නේ උත්පත්ති බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
At the current rate, at 6-229, at 8-245. Raflanal, what's the right score for Sri Lanka on the surface? You were there, you saw the surface, and you've seen the way the batters have responded to the England spinners. This is Jack. Starts with a dot. 240. 240 is that number. They need to go around 8 and over, and usually
at the back end of an innings. You're there, you need that cushion.
The question, very, very confident.
Not going to get it. Ball was turning. May have hit him in line, but not for sure. Oh, they asked for it. They take the review.
The umpire is directed we have a play review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Check the speed, it's fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please? Coming up now. You appears there's no bat. I'm close to the bat though, so we'll confirm that with Ultra Edge, please. Ultra Edge coming up now. Yep, I've got a gap between bat and ball. Really know where to get the glove, so it's gone through to impact on the pad, so we can check ball tracking when it's ready. Ball tracking coming up now. Adrian, pitching outside leg stump. So you'll stay with your original decision of not out.
Well, that's interesting.
Let you know when you're on screen. Adrian, you're on screen now. Signal.
Right, so outside the leg stump. So we're not even looking beyond that.
Yeah, I thought it turned. Yeah, the angle was massive from Bill Jack. Never expected it to pitch outside the leg stump.
You paused for a while. Oh, what was he trying to do? He was looking to play the sweep. See, this is that sweep that he was trying to play. It was bowled well wide outside the off stump and slower.
Look, this pitch is different to the one you played 2 days ago. I mean, it's not the same strip, that's not what I mean. I mean, the way it's playing. It's going to be challenging. For me, it's on the slower side, offering not much turn.
Enjoyed that last over with pace on that first game. He played some breathtaking shots, but this is a different story, this surface. This is going back. That last over. The big one started off well with a 6 and then 23 runs in that over. That made the difference for Sri Lanka.
Should be 2. Now, what England would have learned from that game, how it panned out, you mentioned the 50th over from Overton, went for 23. So whatever you do not, or keep Overton away from the 50th over with bat and ball.
Why bat? Why ball? Yeah, ball I can understand, but why bat?
Well,
He was hitting sixes when he batted.
yeah, but he got out to a full toss.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So he does all his good work from 1 to 49.
So England will have to make sure that they follow that principle. So Rashid into his last over has been very clever, I'll tell you. The way he's mixed up with his pace, what he's got off the surface.
Well, I was talking 240, 245 the Irish, but now Sri Lanka somehow need to get themselves to 225. That's just over 6 and over.
Sweeps, but doesn't get a run. So Rashid finishes a fine spell, concedes just 4 runs in that over.
අලුත් වෙන්නේ විශ්වාසම දේවල් අපිට ලං වුණා. හැමදාම මේ දේවල් අලුත් වෙවි. අපි ඉතින් ලස්සන කරනවා. ඒක ඇත්ත. හරියට දම්රෝ වගේ. 44ක් පුරා අලුත් වන දම්රෝ. යාළුවෝ එක්ක ෆන් එකේ මැච් එක බලන්න. ඩොමිනෝස් big pizza දැන්ම ඕඩර් කරන්න.
දැන් දන්න හැමෝම ගන්නේ සුස්සත් බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
Cricket house, Chatham house, everybody's favorite ice cream, elephant house.
අපි හැමෝම කන්නේ elephant house ice cream.
All of them haven't gone through too many overs, but 6 spinning options. This man has been brilliant. 2 for 34. Just seem to do, just get better by the day. Adil Rashid, the experience he carried, and the way he bowled in the first game, and the way today, short and wide from Jack. Only a single again.
Look, more than the bowling, Adil Rashid's best play today was his fielding. The catch he picked up off Janit Liyanage. Janit Liyanage was busy. Sri Lanka had started moving on. And it was hit flat, hard. And he was looking into the sun. Good hit. Skips away for 4. They did need that boundary. 42 balls, that's a long time when you come to the end of an innings to be without a boundary. He's playing really well, Pavan Ratnayaka.
Impressive young man. Lovely use of the speed and knew exactly where he was going. The off spin, turning back. Not going too wide, but looking to hit straight. And this outfield, it gives you great value if you get the gap. And Sri Lanka hitting the boundary after a long time. Once again, and it just keeps moving around the crease. That seems to be putting Jack off. He has to stop a few times. Once more, I love the way he's using his feet.
There's not much Liyanage could do. He played it nicely, picked it up. Look how flat. Rashid just charges in, diving forward. Not easy, just brilliant, because when you're looking into the sun, it's so hard to pick up. So not so much the bowling, that was the play.
Well, there's no doubt that was brilliant, but take nothing away from the way he bowled. That's the standard he sets in his cricket, whether he's bowling or fielding. For Sri Lanka, they've already got 7 runs and over, so this is where I feel that Sri Lanka made that mistake. Because he went after Rashid when he had the opportunity of waiting with the lesser bowlers of England having to bowl a few. Oh, not in control. He's not in control. It's taken as a tip. And another wicket at a crucial time, and this time it's Pavan Ratnayaka.
Oh dear. They were just starting to think maybe 230. They needed Pavan Ratnayaka, who was batting so
රසයිනේ.
මේ පංචි ලෙමන් පාප් සැබවින්ම අතිවිශිෂ්ටයි.
ලයිට් බිල වැඩි වෙලා නම් ෆ්‍රිජ් එක පරණයි නම් පරණ එකට අලුත් එකක් අරගෙන යන්න.
ගැනීම සිම්පල්.
ඔතුහෝම් apartment සිටියක යෝනෝ කිරිපත් කොටින් මුලින් රුපියල් මිලියන 9.8ක් ගෙවා ඉතිරිය පොලි රහිතව මාසෙකට 1%කින් ගෙවන්න. ප්‍රයිම් ප්‍රෝ 13.22 අමතන්න.
Filter fresh එක වෙනස් කරන්න.
Down to the last 5 overs. Well, very decisive phase in the game. 193 for 7.
Your type of thing, Roshan. The selfie moment.
What is my type of thing?
The selfie
I'm a
moment.
selfie, okay. Right. I'm not a selfie man. I don't know how to take a selfie.
What did you just say?
I just said what I said.
You don't know to take a selfie?
Yeah, let's say it that way. Oh no! Would you believe it? Oh boy! That would have been that.
Well, Lalage. Trying to get it over short fine leg. He scoops it. Will Jack. That was a dolly. That really was.
And England have fielded so well. Well, a chance to have 2 in 2 and the 2 set batters. Ratnayaka of the previous over and this one. Sri Lanka given some life, some breathing space.
He gets it all wrong. Had all the time in the world to get underneath it, Will Jack. This is what can happen when fatigue creeps in. That should be 2. They should look for it. This is where Sri Lanka has faltered quite a bit earlier on in the innings. So there were many opportunities of pushing the fielders and picking up those extra runs. When you're here for the grind, when you're here in conditions like this, that's where you get ahead. Those finer points.
I think you're right. There were quite a few occasions that they were quite happy taking singles. Not really pushing for that second run. Singles they ran, but there were opportunities for 2s. Sliding down the leg side that time. Pushed through a bit quicker.
Pavan Ratnayaka though. Trying to go onside, he slices it. The bottom hand a little too forceful. And hence mistimed it.
You need to take a look at this. He just got stuck in the surface. He was pushing. He was just pushing and very lucky that fell short of the man and short extra cover. Well, just 3 runs off it. 196 for 7.
ගන්න කලින් සති ටිකක් නොමිලේම ගෙදර ගෙනත් බලන්න. සිංගල් රෙජිස්ටර්ඩ් යන්ත්‍රය. හැමෝමට තේරෙන භාෂාවක් කතා කරනවා නම් හොඳයි නේද? ජීවිතේ හැමදේම HMB ඩිජිටල් බැංකින් වගේ නම් පහසු සිසිලසකට තත්වයෙන් උසස් ඉනොවෙක්ස් වායු සමීකරණ අසම සබ වගකීම සහිතව දම්රෝ ප්‍රදර්ශනාගාර සහ දෙවයින පුරා ඉනොවෙක්ස් අලෙවි නියෝජිතයන්ගෙන්.
Well, you're getting more turn, that's for sure. But the difference is the pace. A lot slower today off this pitch and stroke making becomes harder. This is our comparison of the pace of the pitch from the first ODI to the second. It's skidding off quite slow, and that's the difference. That's where the batters have struggled a little bit more. Not the turn. With their pace, you can maneuver it
ball. Get Sri Lanka another 22 runs, 220 there is. Cannot afford to miss out. 149 dots the previous day, 152 for the moment here today. The reverse, very useful. Goes over short third, and the Lalage brings up the 200. Heart in the mouth for a moment. But very effective shot from Lalage. He's come out with confidence. There's been a change in his approach to the game and bringing his step. Very useful. Now he doesn't need to look for more. Now start knocking it around again. There you go. You've got to be very clever. And it comes down to where you learn your cricket. He started his cricket in Morocco at Sebastian's College. Good nursery for cricketers, Roshan. I know where you're coming from. A single. So the finishing score is not important. Is it? Captain the under 19 team not too long ago. I remember Rehan Ahmed played for England in that specific pitch. And from there on, picked into the Sri Lankan system where he's now winning the game, getting better and showing maturity. Get a single off the last ball. Saflanale voiced my question studiously.
ඔකේ කැම තියෙන හොඳම විදිහට අපේ පවුලට ගේන්නේ. බලන්න මේ විස්කට් එකේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානට තියෙන මුල අසාධාරණයි. මොනවා මේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානින් ගෙදර බලන්නකෝ. ඇත්තමයි. වැඩිම බිස්කට් ගන්නක් අඩුම මුදලට දෙන්නේ පුස්පත් බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
ගත වෙන ඕනෑම දවසක, ඒ වෙන ඕනෑම මොහොතක, ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් ජීවිතයේ උපරිමයෙන් විඳින්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ එකම ජීවත් වෙන්න. සිංගර් සබ්දේ හැමෝටම perfect.
Introducing the Prime Colombo in Colombo 9, facing Baseline Road. Call 0710-777-333.
Prime Colombo.
දැන් දන්න හැමෝම ගන්නේ පුස්පත් බිස්කට් විතරමයි.
Opera band in full flow. I think one drum needs to be replaced soon. Yeah, I think it's a tired drum.
நல்லபடியா கவனிச்சு வழி அனுப்பி வைப்போம். கடவுள்
You actually never know because you can't see the face. Well, for those who don't know, Singha means lion. And Veera, he's been a hero. Balls remaining. Run a ball, 225. Something to bowl at. Wants to. Only a single. But they were pushing. That's what you like to see. Duckett really good. Did not waste time in getting to it. He's quick across the grass. Ben Duckett. Yeah, this is good running. Just look at the way, look at the intent. Lalage was off in a flat. So was Madhushan. Now Madhushan has a role to play here. Get Lalage on strike. Oh! Why do you have to get him on strike when you get face off like that? Good Lalage trying to come back for the third. Now if someone's to take a chance and swing, no harm to most Madhushan if you can find a boundary here or there. Lalage
probably can keep accumulating ones, twos, 210 to 215 to 220. Massive difference in a situation like this, in conditions like this. So every run matters.
They've got 5 so far. Yeah, this is clever. This is really good cricket. They've got 6 now. So they've got 2 overs and 1 ball left. So that's 13 deliveries. And run a ball will get you to where you were talking about, 225. But then expect a few big hits.
The 23 run over gets you to 240 after the shot.
I don't know. I didn't know that you
Bring Overton on.
No. You said to keep him away. Only, well, 30 not the 50th over. According to your mathematics, 212 for 7.
සුවේ මංචි ලෙමන් පාප් මේ වෙද්දි නොගිය තැනක් නෑ. මේ මංචි ලෙමන් පාප් හැබැයිම අති විශිෂ්ටයි.
Mega Power කෝටි 17ක මෙගා සුපිරි තෑග්ග කෝටියක පවර් සුපිරි තෑග්ගට අමතරව දැන් ග්‍රෑන්ඩ් සුපිරි තෑග්ගට සුපිරි මෝටර රථයක් විශේෂ දිනුම් වැදීමෙන් නවීන පන්නේ මෝටර රථයක් සමගින් රුපියල් බිලියන තෑග් රුපියල් ලක්ෂය තෑග් නව වසරේ මෙගා වෙනසට ජනවාරි 30 වෙනිදා දින වසර NLP Mega Power ප්‍රතිගන්.
What a game we're having. They're having an absolute shocker. This Kangaroos can stand a chance now. But you know where the real chance to win is? At 1x bat, because they've got the best odds and bonuses. Grab your chance with 1x bat. Claim your bonus.
Last 7 games played here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. Won by the team batting first. 228 has been the average score batting first. Just throwing out numbers.
That'd be interesting. 228 at 8 runs no from here. Starts off with the wrong end. He looked to bowl that more to the left-hander. Tends to push it through a little bit more than Adil Rashid.
Only 1-6 hit today. That was Patul Nisanka early in the innings. Ball a lot softer now. Big boundaries. Square of the wicket is 69 meters. The straighter hit more 74, 75. So you need to hit it well. In fact, you've got to make contact as well. Madhushan's gone. It was quite predictable what Rehan Ahmed would be doing. Bowling it fast into the pitch and he runs past it. So that's the 8th wicket down. Madhushan's little supporting role comes to an end.
Just couldn't get to the delivery. Look how far down he is. The turn, a bit of extra bounce, allowing Josh Butler enough time to take the bails off. So Sri Lanka lose their 8th. Jeffrey Batten is the new batter. Best of 25. Ahmed bowls the precious dot at this stage. Over it, very good. So, no real reason to keep jogging back. Well, I don't think Smith was confident. Butler was asking for the stumping and the catch. Now, they're considering it. What are they considering?
They're asking for everything. Yeah, 1 review available. Here goes Brooke.
Just getting a single because Velalage now is trying to get the maximum strike.
Wicket off the second ball, Madhushan. Well, not much Velalage can do with this ball. The last ball of the over, he's better off trying to get the strike in the last over. Hit well, that's four. Good end to the over. Velalage once again batting really, really well. 218 for 8.
මුලින් රුපියල් මිලියන 9.8ක් ගෙවා ඉතිරිය පොලි රහිතව මාසෙකට 1%කින් ගෙවන්න. ප්‍රයිම් ප්‍රෝ 13.22 අමතන්න. අපි හැමෝම වගේ කැමතින හොඳම දේ හොඳම විදිහට අපේ පවුලට ගේන්න. බලන්නේ බිස්කට් එකේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානට තියෙන මුල අසාධාරණ. මම මේ ග්‍රෑම් ගානින් බෙදලා බලන්නකෝ. ඇත්තමයි. වැඩිම බිස්කට් ගන්නක් අඩුම මුදලට දෙන්නේ පුස්පත් බිස්කට් විතරමයි. ලයිට් බිල වැඩි වෙලා නම් ෆ්‍රිජ් එක පරණයි නම් පරණ එකට අලුත් එකක් අරගෙන යන්න.
Simple.
And to say to get off strike. You think?
Yeah, that's the plan. Has to be. And he gets a single. He gets off strike. Right, it's going to be Velalage versus Root. 5 deliveries left. Now this is that boundary of the last ball of the last over. That's a perfectly executed sweep by Dunit Velalage.
Down the leg side, he lets it pass him and hits the back of the ball. But if he played the conventional sweep, he would have hit the square leg. Great awareness. Gives Abe Singh an opportunity to dance again.
Now the drag, and that is, I think, overtaken. For a moment I thought he cleared the fielder, but Dunit Velalage holds out to the man that's long on. His intent was right, just couldn't get the execution.
Yeah, had to go, not much option really. Bowled slow through the air. Velalage thought he got enough. Sam Curran at long on. Had a bit of work to do in terms of judging it and getting back to the line. Hit backwards, has a little glance. Just as he takes it. Last hope of probably 230. Velalage once again. That's a very valuable 20. 219 for 9. Not playing today. 4 balls remaining. Well, Roshan, do you think he'll hear the drums, Fernando? Well, certainly he will. And he'll hear the drums, Fernando. That's the question. And he certainly heard the drums. And so Root catches it. And Sri Lankan innings comes to an end with 3 deliveries left. Root getting 2 wickets of consecutive deliveries. And England have a target of 220. Good job, England. Once again lost the toss. You saw the reaction in Harry Brook at that stage. But they've come out and been very, very disciplined. Doing the basics right, using lots of spin options. And 219, they will fancy themselves. Well, Sri Lanka will say, runs on the board. Pitch on the slow side, taking turn. I'll tell you what, don't go away. It's going to be a tight chase. off the very first ball that he faced, but not. Sri Lanka hold out for 290.
It's certainly going to be an interesting chase. 240. Look the bar, look the right score if you were a Sri Lankan fan. But England will be very, very pleased that they've kept Sri Lanka under 220. Still, there is something for the spinners, so that's interesting. It's not going to be an easy chase. And England will have to bat really well. And I think well done to them for the way they bowled, the way they fielded. They need just one or two blemishes. But overall, they'll be very happy with their effort on the field.
I think superb effort. I mentioned losing the toss and having to field chase again. It's held high, holding their nerve, doing certain things different and reaping the rewards. At the toss, if you ask Harry Brook how much would you like to chase, I think 220. They be confident, England. Well, halfway stage, game not over. Lot of work to do.
So 219 is all what Sri Lanka got. England never allowed the Sri Lankan batters to break free and score anything big, with the top scorer being Asalanka. That to 45 of 64. Start Panisanka. Kusal Mendy is unfortunate to be run out. Dhananjaya, a hard-fought 40. And useful runs towards the end. Ratnayaka 29 and Bellala gave 20. So 219 is all what Sri Lanka has to show.
8 bowlers used, just the 9 overs of seam, 6 spinners. They've all picked up wickets and have been hard to get away. Root picked up 2 in the last over. Bowled the 50th, in fact. Good toss to Wayne. Drier pitch. That's
विश्व corporate online banking वार्ता कराना है संपर्क बैंक हुआ महाजन संपद धन प्रतिनिधि न हटे महाजन संपद रटतम संपद
ආශ්චර්යයක් වේවා ඔබේ ජීවිතයට කුරුණෑගල ග්‍රීන්වේ ඒජන්සීස් විදේශ රැකියා අපේක්ෂාවෙන් සිටින ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ඔබ සමගමයි අපේ මේ නීල ග්‍රහලෝකයේ ආසියානු කලාපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා නම් සිරසර දිවයිනේ සුන්දර වයඹ දිශාවේ කුරුණෑගල නම් හරිත වර්ණ නගරයේ ඔබ අසා ඇති සිත් දිනාගත් කුරුණෑගල ග්‍රීන්වේ ඒජන්සීස් කාර්යාලයයි මේ